It's time now for the best high school sports action from the WBCB Sports Network. Catch the best games from Bucks and Mercer County at WBCBsports.com and our Facebook page. Your home for high school sports is right here at WBCB 1490.
The Hall of Famer, the Mercer County Hall of Famer, Rich Fisher. Good to be with you here from Father John Donofrio Field, the home of the Irish of Notre Dame for the Lawrence Cardinals under head coach Jim Mayer. Fish, a perfect 6-0 start to start the year and picking right back up where they left off a season ago in his first year as head coach with Lawrence. Jim Mayer seems to just know how to win here in Mercer County, and he's doing so to start this season. Coming up against a pesky Notre Dame squad, 2-1 to start the year with a whole lot of experience and a whole lot of depth. How do the Cardinals go to 7-0 today here, Fish?
Well, I mean, that's both teams, if they want to get another win, are going to have to play a perfect ball game because both teams are very good. Both teams are facing good pitching. You're not going to have I don't think you're going to have a lot of base runners where you're going to outslug the other team. I think you're going to have to play for that one run, and I think Lawrence is favored only because Lawrence plays on an artificial field. Notre Dame plays on this field that floods, when you pour a teaspoon of water on it. And this season has been a tale of the weather for these teams. Notre Dame has played just 3 games. They've had 4 games postponed, 5 if you count one that's postponed twice. And Lawrence has just lost 1 game to the elements. They've played, like you said, they're 6-0. Them and Hamilton are the lone undefeated teams remaining in the CVC right now. Lawrence, not a surprise. Hamilton, a bit of a surprise. But, we knew Lawrence was going to be good. Everybody was coming back. They lost 1 starter, and you got to look no further than a standout pitching staff as a reason for the Cards' hot start. Their pitchers have allowed just 3 earned runs, 7 runs overall in 44 innings. That's a 0.48 ERA.
Yeah, that was the one note I had. They're outscoring teams 41-7 to start the season. That is just amazing.
Yep, yeah. And really, the pitching has set the tone. They've struck out 66. That's about 1.5 batters per inning. And the guy on the mound today is a big reason for those numbers. Kellen Moore, who's going to Lafayette to pitch next year. He's won both his starts. 1.00 ERA, 29 strikeouts in 14 innings. The right-hander was the 2023 CVC Pitcher of the Year. He brings a good arsenal of pitches. He's got a good 2-seamer. He's got a nice breaking pitch, and he has a changeup he throws in on occasion. And a big thing with him, Mike, he worked hard in the offseason on his strength, and he really did try to get more velocity. And he's hit 90 on occasion this spring so far. So, Moore, he's not the kind of pitcher you want to see if you haven't been playing a lot.
Sure.
Because baseball is such a game of repetition and routine. But, Notre Dame's in that position. It hasn't played since a loss to West Windsor-Plainsboro North last Thursday. A surprising loss, I might add. And, the Irish are primed for a big season. But these rainouts have not helped. And, Joe Jules is going with Chase Burrows today. He hasn't pitched since the belated season opener against Passaic Tech on April 5th. And Burrows was sharp that day. He allowed 6 hits and had no walks and 5 strikeouts in 6 innings, giving up just 1 run. And Burrows is, he's got the usual arsenal. He's got a fastball, slider, and changeup. He throws them all for strikes. That's the key. He was the number 2 man last year behind Luke Foley. Threw like a number 1, had a 1.07 ERA, 23 strikeouts, and just 2 walks. Imagine that, 23 strikeouts, 2 walks in 39 in the 3rd innings. So, thing is, Chase is going against a Cardinal lineup that's hitting 347 as a team. Lawrence has 3 regulars hitting 400 or better, 4 more hitting over 300. Moore has a tough task because the Irish bats have come out hot. Connor Dunn hitting 833, 2 starters are 500, 2 are at 400 or better, and 2 more at 300 or better. The Irish are hitting 386 as a team. So it's like I said at the top. the key to this game is who's going to do things right. You got two strong pitchers. Runs are going to be tough to come by, I think. You never know because you got two good offenses, too.
Sure.
But you get a guy, you got to get him over. You got to try to bring him around. Both teams have to play solid defense, which I think they've done. And the pitchers have to keep doing what they've been doing. It's a great challenge for both sides. Each team has aggressive and explosive bats, good pitching. You add it all up, and we've got a really good game ahead of us. But just touching on Notre Dame one last time, this is the first of 5 games in 6 days for the Irish. 14 games in the coming 20 days. I mean, that's crazy.
A lot of baseball on the horizon for the Irish as they hit the field for the first time here this afternoon. Let's introduce you to the starting lineups for both of these teams, brought to you by the Trentonian. Don't forget, if you miss any of today's action, you can read all about it in tomorrow's edition of the Trentonian. For your complete local and national news 7 days a week, it's the Trentonian or online at Trentonian.com. The only newspaper serving Bucks, Burlington, and Mercer County 7 days a week. It's the Trentonian. First, for the visiting Cardinals of Lawrence High School, leading things off is Robert Kelly. He's playing shortstop this afternoon. Deacon Moore bats second. He's out in left field. Teak Toto out in right field bats third, and quite the name right there, Teak Toto. He might be my favorite player just off the bat, name alone. He's in the 3 spot. He's in the 3 spot, and he's out in right field. Kellen Moore on the bump bats fourth. Connor Williver, the designated hitter, bats fifth. In the 6 spot, Aiden Poot out in center field. Riley Rivera batting seventh at second base. In the 8 hole is Drew Dobskin behind the plate, and rounding out the lineup, Dan Dreisga at third base. So again, Kelly, Moore, Toto, Moore, Williver, Poot, Rivera, Dobkin, and Dreisga, the 1 through 9 for Lawrence. And defensively for the Irish, they line up as follows. In the outfield, going from left to right, Justin Prekop in left field, Tyler Stefanisco in center, Antonio Friedman in right. In the infield from left to right, at third base, Dom Bizzoni, shortstop, TJ Magliazzo, at second base, Nate Jones, first base, Jamie Duffy, behind the dish, Nick DePalma, and on the bump, Chase Burrows, who last year, going into the final week of the season, Burrows had an ERA of .83 before, as you mentioned, finishing with that 1.7 earned run average on the season. Impressive stuff from Burrows in his junior campaign, and off to a pretty good start here in his senior year as he's just about ready to get things going here from Father John Donofrio Field. A beautiful, beautiful day for baseball. Burrows is into the windup in the first pitch. Fastball at the knees, a called strike one, and we are underway. First pitch officially at 3:52. Right on time.
Were we supposed to start at 4, or was this a 3:45 start?
I'm not sure.
I thought it was 4. So
this one ripped on a line and into the gap between shortstop and third base, right through the hole. A base knock to get things going for Robert Kelly.
Yeah, Kelly has really improved his offense this year, and that's one thing Jimmy Mayer said he has to do is, he hit a little over 300 last year, but he was recruited for his glove, but he's going to have to hit a little bit more, and he's been doing that. He came in today hitting 389. Why is that single there?
Burrows dealing with a base runner, a bunt attempt off of the body of Deacon Moore. He's behind 0-1. That one hit him while he was still in the box, so he's safe. Runners will return. The runner will return. And
it's telling, even with this big hitting lineup, Lawrence is playing for 1 run early because they know they have Kellen Moore on the mound.
Burrows from the stretch. The lefty takes a look over at first. He'll throw over to Duffy to keep an eye on Kelly. He's back in with a head-first dive.
Mike, before we forget, we have to send out get well wishes to Joe Drewell's associate head coach,
yes,
Bill Romano, who was in the hospital last week. He's now resting at home, and he is watching the telecast. So, Bill, hello. And we hope you enjoy the game, and we hope that you're on the mend and doing better.
Coach Romano, a pivotal part of this Notre Dame program, and really the right-hand man for Joe Drewell all these years at the helm. And a bunt attempt there from Kelly. Foul straight back.
He could have used you today, Bill Romano, because when I texted him for the starting pitcher, he completely forgot that we were doing the game today. He had to scurry to get everything ready for us. Then as I was walking in, he was walking away from the field. I said, "Where are you going?" He goes, "I forgot my helmet." So, when you're not around, Bill, he's a little things. Oh, nice.
Ground ball to third. Rizzoni knocks it down. The throw to first, offline and off the glove of Duffy. Heading to third is Robert Kelly. He'll be there standing. It's runners at the corners as Deacon Moore reaches base safely. And that was a hard-hit baseball blocked down. I think that's going to have to be ruled as an infield single.
I guess. I could go either way on that one.
So runners at the corners.
He would have had him, though, with a good throw. That's
right.
the thing. So, I don't know. He made a nice stop, and I don't know. Well, I'm not doing this for either paper, so it doesn't matter what we say it is.
Nick DePalma gives out the sign to the rest of the infield. Runners at the corners. Nobody out. Here's Teak Toto at the plate from the left side. Lefty-lefty matchup. Burrows deals a changeup on the outside part of the plate for a called strike one.
Lawrence has to like where it's at right now. I mean,
two aboard.
All they were trying to do is get a guy to second. He failed on 2 attempts. Now he's got first and third. Sometimes the best play, Mike, is the one not made.
Burrows elevates a fastball, misses high. 1 ball and 1 strike now to Toto.
Every coach that heard me say that will be saying, don't say that. That kid will miss the bunt on purpose.
The 1-1. Missing low and outside. 2 balls, 1 strike to the Lawrence right fielder, Teak Toto.
I think it's safe to say that Robbinsville-Steiner game was beautiful weather. This is probably the best day we've had this spring. We're in the 70s.
Beautiful day. Curveball dropped in on the outside corner. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Teak Toto. Deacon Moore on first base, Robert Kelly on third.
Big pitch right here.
Burrows, the 2-2 on the way. Ripped. Gloved by first by Duffy. The throw to second. They got him. It's a double play. 2 big outs. A run does score, but the Irish with 2 down and nobody on. It's 1-0 Lawrence.
Yep, big play, big play. And, you know, the good thing is that Magliosa knew exactly what he wanted to do with that ball when he got it. He didn't even hesitate. Got it, stepped on first, knew he had plenty of time to throw to second. It became a tag play, of course, but they had plenty of time for that. Nice job.
This is Kellen Moore stepping in with 2 down and nobody on. Stares at a breaking ball outside, 1-0. Moore, as you mentioned, Fish committed to Lafayette, the future Leopard.
Yep.
Chopper, left side of the infield, charging Vizzoni. It's under his glove. A funky hop down that third base line, and as you mentioned, a whole lot of water has been on this field here from Father John Donofrio Field, and maybe a little bit of a sticky surface down there. His foot seemed to have gotten caught on the base path,
yep.
And the ball just took a timely hop under his glove.
It's another call that could go either way, really. I don't know. Will I give a hit or an error?
That one I would rule an error. That should have been a routine play, it seemed like.
All right. Yeah, I thought so too.
It's always good when we can agree on things,
yeah,
Fish.
Josh Petrosky, the courtesy runner in there now.
Good eye on your part. Petrosky on first, a ball in the dirt, blocked behind the dish by DePalma.
By the way, Teak Toto does not get an RBI on that play because when the hitter hits into a double play, it nullifies any RBI.
Yep. Duffy holding the runner on first. Burrows from the stretch, fires in a fastball, and that one's fouled off of the leg at the plate by Connor Williver, the DH. It's a 1 ball, 1 strike count to Williver.
Connor Williver, 417 this year.
Breaking ball misses. 2-1 the count.
17, he's got 2 doubles.
Vikrosky on first, he gets his lead. Duffy trying to keep him close still. 2 down, a runner on first, the 2-1 pitch. That fastball finds the zone, it's 2-2. Fans continuing to file in here at Notre Dame High School. Great attendance on hand and a beautiful day for baseball.
Yeah, if you don't get a good crowd for this one, 2 teams based in Lawrenceville.
Runners on the move, 2-2 on the ground towards short. Magliazzo has it, shuffles across the diamond, and the throw is on line to Duffy to retire the side. 6-3 putout sets down Williver. The Cardinals strike for a run in the top of the first inning. We'll get to see if Kellen Moore can defend that run here in the home half of the first. The Irish bats first crack at it on the other side of this timeout here on WBCB.
Capital Health's primary care network continues to grow, bringing its extensive option of locations to your neighborhood. Whether you're scheduling a wellness checkup or not feeling well, advanced medicine starts with a Capital Health primary care doctor at locations near you in Mercer, Bucks, and Burlington counties. To find a Capital Health primary care location that's convenient for you, visit capitalmedicalgroup.org. That's capitalmedicalgroup.org.
Today's game on WBCB is brought to you by the Mercer County Prosecutor's Office, Haldeman Ford Subaru, Kessel Dermatology, the Revere Restaurant, Notre Dame High School, the New Jersey Education Association, the Capital Health System, the Trentonian, Trenton Thunder Baseball, the Italian People's Bakery, Jammer Doors and Windows, Hyundai of Trenton, all proud to bring you today's coverage here on WBCB. Here in the home half of the first inning, first crack at it for the Irish Bats. They trail 1-0 after the Cardinals able to scrape across a run in that first part of the inning, and Kellen Moore now on the bump, the Lafayette commit, firing away his final warm-up pitches, and a towering presence out there on that mound, Fish.
He sure is.
He's a big boy.
Yep.
And he can really bring it. You mentioned he touched around 90 already during this spring and in the offseason leading into his senior campaign here at Lawrence. Impressive stuff from Kellen Moore. And impressive stuff as well, as he's also the offensive coordinator of the Eagles. So that's pretty cool that he's able to manage both like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Obviously joking, two different Kellen Moores, of course, but pretty cool he's got the same name.
Yeah, and if you try to Google Kellen Moore, the Eagles coach comes up first.
Starting lineup here for the Irish of Notre Dame. It'll be Antonio Friedman out in right field. He leads things off. Justin Prekop, the left fielder, bats second. Nate Jones at second base bats third. Dom Vizzoni in the 4 spot. Jamie Duffy bats 5th. Nicky DePalma in the 6 hole. Batting 7th, Connor Dunn. 8th, Tyler Stefanisco. And 9th, TJ Magliazzo. And stepping in now here is Antonio Friedman. Moore goes into his windup in the first pitch. Fastball at the belt. A little too inside. 1 ball and no strikes.
You know, it's interesting. You got these guys, Kellen Moore and Kelly, both going to D1 schools next year, and they were a part of that.
That fastball misses a bit high. 2 balls and no strikes.
They were part of that Lawrence Little League team that won the District 12 tournament 6 years ago. That was the first district tournament ever won by won since 1976.
Wow.
And so you saw that they had 10 for a strike. Sorry, Mike, taking your job. But, you know, they had talent. It was obvious that they had talent, and it was just a matter of could they get the coaching to get this talent to produce, and they have.
2-1 on the way, and it's rolled over. Left side towards short. Fielding in the throw on the run, unable to be picked out of the dirt. Thinking about second was Friedman. He'll slide back into first as he made the turn. The throw from shortstop Robert Kelly on the run, a bit offline. And that one, an E6 to start.
Yeah, we're seeing a little shakiness out there with the gloves so far. What did I say? They had to play the perfect game. They're not playing. Either of them are playing the perfect game so far. Such is life.
Well, stepping into the box now for Notre Dame is a guy who touched 90 this offseason as well. This is Justin Prekop. Batting from the left side out in left field this afternoon. Prekop last season was primarily the designated hitter for the Irish and a mainstay in their pitching rotation. Prekop shows bunt, can't get it down, and fouls it straight back. 0-1.
I'd like to thank our cameraman, Darnell. Mike and I too lazy to get up, Darnell.
That's right.
Got some water for us from the cooler. So
had a boy, Darnell Turner, doing some camera work and fetching some water for us today as well. Colin Sommer producing today's stream alongside Rich Fisher. My name is Mike Warren. The crew's all here. It's an 0-1 count to Prekop. He squares again, pulls back, takes for a ball. Friedman stays put.
Colin was a gentleman. He didn't ask for water. Unlike us, who had no pride.
A 1-1 count to Prekop. Steps back into the box. The pitch. Outside and a little bit high. 2-1 now to Prekop. A little bit of a different look for the Irish on the base paths today is coaching third base. That looks like Bo Burrows out there, and Joe Drulis sitting on the cinder block wall in the dugout.
Yeah.
A little bit of a different look for the Irish.
Maybe he couldn't find his helmet, and he didn't want to go out there without it.
2-1 is fouled back by Prekop, and we got Deuces Wild on the scoreboard. 2 balls and 2 strikes with a runner on first and nobody out. Pre-Cop, a couple of bunt attempts, unable to get him down, but a more than capable bat at the dish.
Yeah, this is similar to the top of the first, when Lawrence couldn't get the bunt down and ended up getting an infield single to put their runner in scoring position.
Taking high is Pre-Cop. Fastball missing. 3 balls and 2 strikes. A full count. We'll see if Friedman's in motion. Nobody out.
Pre-Cop at 3:33 here in the early going.
Moore lifts the leg. He's coming home. Misses outside. First 2 batters are aboard for the Irish as Pre-Cop works a walk.
This might be the first jam, so to speak, that Kellen Moore's been in. Jimmy Mayer coming. Oh no, is that Jimmy Mayer? Or is that? Yeah,
that's Jimmy.
Yeah. Coming out to talk to him quick. He got his hands out like, what's going on?
I got to say, one of the best follows on Twitter, and yeah, I still call it Twitter. I don't call it X.
Yeah, everybody does.
is Jimmy Mayer. He is very vocal during the Phillies games, and if there's ever a questionable call or a questionable coaching decision, it's really cool how he goes at length to kind of break down what's going through his mind in those situations. And one of the best coaches in New Jersey, one of the best in Mercer County. This guy knows ball, just point blank period. He really does. And you know, it speaks volumes to just his knowledge of the sport that he's able to say things that apply at the major league level. I mean, baseball is baseball no matter how you shape it, but some of the things that he has on his Twitter page, definitely worth checking out because, like I said, he knows ball and he knows the Phillies a bit too.
He goes off. He goes on rampages. Not just the Phillies. Not just the Phillies. Notre Dame football, Villanova basketball, the Eagles, the Sixers. He just goes on a tear.
Nate Jones at the dish showed bunt and unable to get it down. He did go. No balls and 1 strike. Friedman on second with a sizable lead. Pre-Cop on first. Good wheels on the base paths for the Irish.
Nate Jones hitting a cool 500 so far. 4 for 8, 4 RBIs. He's having a nice year.
Another returning starter for the Irish.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them.
Pickoff move, the throw to second base. Back in time is Friedman. As they tried to get a little deception there and try to make it look like Moore was coming home. All the infielders charged for the bunt. Tried to get Friedman off balance, but he was close to the second base bag. Still no balls and 1 strike to Nate Jones. Jones committed to Moravian College. Gets the bunt down this time. First base side, having some trouble. Now able to get it off, and that ball came out of the glove. There's no call on the field, I don't believe. Runners are being waved around. 1 runs across. Here comes Pre-Cop. He's going to score. It's a 2-1 Notre Dame lead, and I think Nate Jones is safe for the time being.
I don't know why it wouldn't be. I didn't see anything out of the ordinary. I just saw it looked like it looked like Crawley just dropped the ball, dropped the throw.
And I'm not sure how you rule that one as well as Jones on first base.
I rule it an E3, a sacrifice at an E3.
Some crazy scoring to start this one.
Yeah,
in the book, that's for sure. I mean, 2 runners across on 1 crazy play. 2-1 the score, Irish on top, nobody out. Nate Jones is on first.
Now, this is not what we've become accustomed to seeing from this Lawrence team the last year and a month.
Here's Dom Vizzoni stepping in, the third baseman for the Irish. Can't hold up the check swing. Fastball got him to go. It's 0-1.
I mean, credit to Jones. He got a perfect bunt down.
Yes, he did.
They weren't going to get anybody, and then it turned into...
And it wasn't an easy one to get down with how hard Moore throws.
A little sacrifice turned into a lot.
Jones is on the move. The hit and run was on, and he'll have to head back to first base. Quickly, no balls, 2 strikes now to Dom Vizzoni.
2 runs without a hit.
Pretty crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Although the Phillies the other day gave up a run without allowing a hit. More than once in that series against the Pirates, they did so.
Yeah. Oh, man.
The 0-2. Elevated, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
I saw somebody on Twitter, some random girl, I don't even know who she was. She put, I love the Phillies, but I hate the Phillies. You know what I mean? I had to respond. I said, yeah, every day is different.
A 1-2 breaking ball had Vizzoni well out in front. Moore gets out number one on the swinging strikeout. So that'll bring up Jamie Duffy with one down and a runner on first. Duffy, the junior first baseman. Also utilized as a pitcher as well for the Irish. It's one thing Notre Dame is never short on, its arms.
Yeah, absolutely.
Moore gets ahead. The first pitch fastball at the knees, called strike one. No balls and one strike to Jamie Duffy.
Duffy hitting 375 with a double.
Jones having an eye kept on him at first base. Moore the throw over. He's back in time. Jones on the move. Ball is held as Jones will swipe second base, and you mentioned it, Fish, a great jump indeed. Jones is on second.
Yep.
Second time today the Irish have gotten a man in scoring position.
Dobkin was well advised to not throw that because the only thing would happen would be bad if he threw it away.
Great wheels on display there by Nate Jones.
Yeah, he had that base stolen from the get-go.
1 ball, 1 strike count to Jamie Duffy. More from the stretch. Here he comes. Hit well and on a line out towards left field. Ranging back out there, reaching up to make the catch. In left field is Deacon Moore. Jones is on his way to third. He'll get there standing on the sacrifice fly attempt, but great wood on that baseball from Jamie Duffy. Even better traction from Deacon Moore.
Yeah, I thought for a second that might be finding some grass, but Moore did a good job of getting over there.
So a runner on third with 2 down for Kellen Moore. And stepping into the plate is Nicky DePalma, the backstop this afternoon for the Irish. DePalma a season ago started in the outfield a good amount for the Irish. Stares at that fastball off the plate, 1 ball and no strikes.
Yeah, DePalma, one of the few guys struggling with the bat so far. He's still looking for his first hit. This will be a great time to get it.
Jones inching off of third. The 1-0 pitch. 2 balls and no strikes. Great turnout on hand here today. Some clouds in the sky, but a beautiful sunny afternoon on the illustrious campus of Notre Dame High School. That fastball crosses at the belt for the first strike of the at-bat, 2-1. Connor Dunn would be up next if the inning does continue. Sixth batter of the inning due up here. DePalma stares at one in the dirt. Good hitters count for him. 3 balls and 1 strike is here in this first inning. It's been tough for Kellen Moore to consistently find the strike zone.
Yeah, this has been a struggle for Kellen Moore so far. Well, of course, he wasn't helped by a couple errors.
3-1 on the way. At the belt, and the count is full. DePalma looked like he wanted to go on that one, but check swing and ended up being a called strike anyway. The 3-2 pitch. Fouled back. DePalma spoils that one, so we'll do it again. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Jones on third. 2 across in the inning for the Irish to respond to the one that came across for the Cardinals in their half of the first. Moore toes the rubber, going from the windup this time. The 3-2. Liner towards center. That'll get down. It's an RBI single for Nicky DePalma. His first hit of the year comes at a great time. It's 3-1 Notre Dame.
Absolutely, and it wasn't a cheapo either. Nice line drive right into center field. Good at bat by him. Worked the count to 3-1. Took a pitch that he didn't like, which sometimes guys get anxious at 3-1.
And the Notre Dame bench just loving that from their guy. And coming into courtesy run for him is Tommy Switek. Switek on first.
Did you want that?
Yeah, sorry about that. Papers galore this afternoon here on the broadcast table. Connor Dunn makes his way to the plate, the DH. A chance for him to keep the inning alive. Good speed on the base path. Switek on first. Fastball at the knees, a called strike 1. No balls and 1 strike to Connor Dunn. Small ball the key in this one for both teams. So that's how they've gotten the run across. Their runs across for the most part, other than the Nicky DePalma RBI single that, as you mentioned, not a cheapie whatsoever. That was a rope from De Palma.
Yeah, stay right with it, right back up the middle the way you're supposed to.
And an 0-2 hole is done. Moore comes set just above the belt. Kicks and deals, runners on the move. Pitch misses outside, throw to second base. Sweep slide as he's able to get the hand in. A nice swim move by Tommy Swiatek.
Well, Notre Dame likes to be aggressive, and they're doing it today. That's the second stolen base of the inning.
Now another runner in scoring position for the Irish. A 1-ball, 2-strike count to Dunn. One of the hotter bats to start the season. The 1-2. Chopper, right side of the infield. Going to be a tough play. The flip and throw to first. Just in time to get the speeding done. Great play by Riley Rivera to retire the side. The Irish strike for 3 in the inning. They strand a runner, but 3 come across as Chase Burrows heads out for inning number 2 with just a little bit more run support.
I'm Merrill Reese. Kessel Dermatology offers great cosmetic dermatology featuring the latest technology in cosmetics, including Morpheus 8 for skin tightening and scars, ultraviolet A and B light treatment for psoriasis, eczema, and itching. Kessel Dermatology now offers Genesis and XLV laser treatments for wrinkles, facial discoloration, scars, and hair removal. Kessel Dermatology provides Botox and fillers. Take care of your skin. Schedule an appointment with Kessel Dermatology.
Baseball fans, Trenton Thunder Baseball returns for the 2024 season on Tuesday, June 4th. Catch all the fun and excitement of a Thunder game throughout the summer. For ticket information, visit TrentonThunder.com. That's TrentonThunder.com or call 609-394-3300, 609-394-3300. Post-game firework nights, Tuesday dollar dog nights, and pork roll Fridays throughout the season. Trenton Thunder Baseball, big league futures, major league fun. Chase Burrows back out for his second inning of work. In the top of the second, a 3-1 advantage on the scoreboard for the Irish. And stepping in is Aiden Poot. He looks at a fastball at the knees for a called strike 1.
Aiden Poot, what a sophomore this kid is. Came up, just pitched a 5-inning perfect game against PDS.
Wow.
10 strikeouts.
That's remarkable.
Yeah, I mean, he's the real deal. Jimmy Mayer says if he keeps working, working hard, working on his strength, he'll be a D1 guy.
Wow.
D1 pitcher. Not a bad hitter either.
No.
Hitting
Poot
400.
fouled that one off. It's a 1-2 count, and would you believe me if I said there's already activity in the Lawrence bullpen, Fish?
That is a little surprising.
Burrows 1-2. Chopped in front of home, and now down the third base side foul.
Here's the thing about Lawrence, though. It doesn't surprise me, really, because they have such a deep staff.
Yep.
And a lot of these guys haven't had a chance to get in yet because the starters have been doing so well. But, with a little bit of struggling there by Moore in the first, maybe a chance to get some of these other guys in. But I'm sure he's going to stick with Moore for a while, unless he just totally, can't get into it.
Burrows missed on the 1-2 breaking ball. 2-2 gets him to fan and miss at the curve. First strikeout of the afternoon for Chase Burrows. He gets Poot to fan at that one. 1 down. That'll bring up Riley Rivera, second baseman. He made the final out defensively for Lawrence. Grounder right side towards Jones. Slows up, charges, and fires that one out of play. Is unable to be picked out of the dirt. Jones left him short. Duffy couldn't pick it. And on his way to second now in scoring position is Riley Rivera.
Yeah, Jones kind of rushed that because that ball didn't get to him real quick.
No.
It took a lot of bounces. And I think when he picked it up in his head, he thought, I really got to hurry up and get this over there.
Right.
That led to the error.
Runner in scoring position as Rivera advances on the error. Burrows from the stretch and First pitch to Drew Dobkin, swung on and fouled back. No balls, 1 strike.
4th error of the game so far.
Yeah, there's been a calm yet frantic pace to this one.
Is that what you call it?
Yeah, a little bit of everything. Nasty hook from Burrows, but it just misses as he goes inside out. 1 ball, 1 strike.
You're like that Twitter girl. I love the Phillies, but I hate the Phillies. Calm but frantic.
Burrows set, takes a peek at second. Now he's coming home. That breaking ball will find the zone. It's 1-2 as he goes ahead of Dobkin. Rivera gets his lead off second base. Mag tries to keep him close. The 1-2 misses up and away as Burrows unable to get on top of that off-speed pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Dobkin hitting a lusty .455. His sister's a really good player for the Lawrence softball team, too.
That one swung on in the dirt. The throw to first in plenty of time, and staying put over at second is Riley Rivera. A couple of swinging strikeouts in the inning for Chase Burrows. There's 2 down and a runner on first.